Howdy chaps, and welcome back to another fantastic episode. This one is likely to be just an update on what's been going on since I went for my little trip off to Cairns, and since I've been back. There's been some updates, so I'm going to give you an update on the new vehicle I'm leaning on. Yes, there is another. An update on the XW and an update on the tank. Alrighty, so we're back again. The cars have all been moved around. The EJ's back where it was, but whatnot. So the XW, I've taken a break from it for a while because I've actually gone back onto the tank. I know that hurts a few people, but you know, I've got more than one project on the go. So there's that. Now, I had about 40 people, not 40 people, I had 2 or 3 people message me saying there's an XY roof for sale on Marketplace in Adelaide, and well, there it is there. Yes, I did go get it. Because it's perfect for my car. What do you know? And what sold me on this roof was, get the old chair out of the way, is how much of this structure was here. And that was all good. Obviously gutters go on a bit, but you get that on big jobs. But the skin is, you know, surface rusty, but it's not too bad. But the riddle joins and the gutters seem to be good. I mean, the gutters are a bit janky, but the roof skin itself is really good. It's gone over that side, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. But we have a legitimate roof for the car. I don't have to try and make the make the XT roof fit anymore. So there goes that idea. So now I can just basically do a roof swap and replace some of the bent beams inside it, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. We got the right one. So yes, I did listen to all the people who said go buy that, and I did. There it is there. So the XR roof, which is back there, and I'll show you in a second, is currently for sale. It's got quite a lot of interest. I was surprised. So don't hang around. That won't be on the market forever. So that's an update on the XW. Keep getting it wrong. That's for a future project, clearly bent and buggered, but it's out of a tank because they're storage bins. That's out of a Grant tank. So tank update. I am getting stuck into this pretty hardcore because I'm trying to take this to the Corowa Swim In event next year in March, and I want this to go to it because it's a big military gathering in Corowa, which is right on the border of Victoria and New South Wales. So I've been hammering into this quite a bit, and I must say a massive thank you, I don't know if he'll ever watch this, but he might, to Rob Loudon, the owner of the Australian Armour and Artillery Museum, because he gave me this genuine bow gunner's machine gun mount for my tank, and I was immensely grateful to get given that gift. And in the last couple of days in my spare time, I've actually been making a fake replica 30 cal barrel to stick out the end of it. See, it's currently plugged. Is that going to show on camera? Probably not, but yeah, it's completely fake. It's made out of pipe, machined up an end, welded on, tapered it, put it on the lathe, did all the grooves, drilled 84 holes in it, and then put a pipe inside it and whatnot. It's not, you know, it looks the part, but it's obviously clearly not real, and it's, you could never do anything with it in a million years. So, but it looks the part. What else have I done to this? I've wired up the headlights, but they're not actually plugged into the wiring yet, but the wires are in there. Been making the skirt around the turret. Obviously, clearly haven't finished, but making good progress. I also came along and started welding up some of these bolts into rivets, and that looks fantastic. Obviously, I'm going to have to repaint the tank again, but making progress. What have I done back here? Got a shovel for it now. Actually, it's one handle from another shovel and the end of another one with some bends to make it fit, but shovel mount is in. I don't think I've done anything to the engine since it was running because it doesn't need to. Now it's running. Just a bit of a mess everywhere. Guess we get when you got 1,000 things on the go at once. So yeah, there's been some updates. Just so grateful to get that. And yeah, I spoke to Rob Loudon and had a good time. Spoke to all the boys up at Cairns, and I feel very blessed to have gotten that, and I'm immensely grateful. I had to make 2 screws, this bottom one and this one. Of the other 4 are originals, but it looks the part. Makes you feel like it makes it just actually, it's amazing how much just that completes the look. And clearly you can see up there I've got the skirt starting to take process, whatever. English bad, good not, yep. So it's all getting there. It's all just details. The details are what kills these things. So that's coming along nicely. I'll get some videos on that. That was what I was gonna do. That roof that's sitting on the EJ, I had the back half of an XY roof, and I was going to join that into the XT roof and make an XY roof, but I don't need to anymore because I've got that. I'm pretty happy to get that. And the XW hasn't done a whole lot since being turned around, but I'm going to get stuck into that soon. It might be well, I'm going to do the roof, so obviously there's going to be some videos coming. Oh, and the tank, I started making the other visor. Haven't finished, but making good progress. But yeah, this thing's going to need, probably need that front beam in there as well. But yeah, got to get this skin off, but I'm just going to cut it off loosely and then trim the edges. And then I reckon there's a little bit of damage to some of the inner frames, but not too bad. And then we'll get that one off and do that really neatly, and then start the old switcheroo. But it is progressing along nicely. I'm pretty happy with this, and actually it seems to be my most popular videos are this thing, so I'll just keep on keeping on. Now, I did buy myself a side project, but this is actually going to be my new runaround. I do like Territories. I know people absolutely poo-poo them, but they're really, for what they are, they're a really good car. And people go, oh, they're bad on fuel. Falcons are bad on fuel. They're all bad on fuel, you know. But you don't buy them for that. There's a bit of dirt in there. And people go, oh, they're always broken, yada yada yada. But every car's got issues. You just got to know the ones you want to live with. The car is pretty clean. It's actually, I reckon it was, well, that's my drink, by the way. I think this was quite well looked after prior to this. And this is a pretty good telltale sign that it's in good shape. These, I mean, that's worn, but this area and this area, they always peel. They peel up and go wrinkly and just go to absolute garbage. It's obviously had an air freshener leaked on it. You know, it's got some wear and tear, but the 6-stacker in the dash works. The stereo system sounds amazing, which is quite astonishing. The roof lining's not got an iota of sag in it. I don't know whether or not, I reckon it's been done, but it's in good shape. And the seats are nice. Everything about it works. Clearly the diff bushes are gone. It's almost the go-to thing. And like all Falcons of this series, only one of the 4 doors actually lock. So the pretty common is the little gear in the actuator snaps in half because it's old plastic. And for about 20 bucks on eBay you can buy a kit of 4, and you just got to take the actuator out, pull it apart, put a new gear in, and then your doors will lock again. I might even do a video on that. But yeah, it's a POV. It's not actually, it's not a POV pack. It's a TS, so it's actually not a base model Territory. All-wheel drive, but it doesn't have the ZF 6-speed, which are notorious for pooing their pants. I know of multiple ZF 6-speed cars that me and my friends have owned, and they all crap their pants, including one I had. So I think the ZF 6-speed in Falcons is a not a good gearbox, but the 4 speeds are. Or at least I've never ever had one go bad on me. And aside from needing a bit of a clean, it's not a bad little bus. You can't go too wrong, really. I love this two-way tailgate thing. It's not a two-way tailgate, but where's the extra button? You can open the tailgate and just the glass, and then you can, if you don't open it far enough, you get hit in the head. But you know, it's pretty good. I think I was in here. That was where the all the sales brochures are in there. How good is that? And the books come from Queensland originally. It's a lot of car for not much money. I don't like usually telling people what I paid for things, but I won this at auction for $900, and it's not written off. It's just in the auctions with light damage. In the auctions you get stat write-offs, you get repair write-offs, and you get WAVA NA. And WAVA NA is not, you know, WAVA is the written off vehicle registry, I think, and it says NA, which means this car is not written off. Clearly it's had a little prang, and the insurance company have gone, can't be bothered fixing it, so off it goes. Because it's so old, they don't bother about after that. So you can snap up a bargain or two with cars of slightly older, so this is 05, that aren't written off and can be fixed, you know, because they're obviously there because they got damage. And sometimes cars are there because they're stolen, some cars are there because they're burnt, there's a million reasons why cars are in pickles. But you can get yourself a bargain. I'm pretty happy with this. Clearly the diff bushes are trashed, because the first thing you do with the Territory is you put it in gear and you hear a huge thud. You know, your diff's moving around. Okay, that's toasted, but they're ridiculously cheap and quite easy to fix. There's actually, you might notice the wheel is different. There's the matching fourth is actually under the back, but because these cars are a dime a dozen, it's actually cheaper just to go buy another set of wheels with nice tyres on it than go and buy 4 tyres. It's got a big roof rack. I'm pretty happy with it. For me, I'm happy. Power windows, wicked stereo. It's actually really good. Adjustable heighted pedals. Can't really go too wrong. Auto headlights, I think. Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty damn happy. This is good buying. And yes, the pillar is taking a whack through there, but it's only the outside casing. The inside is absolutely dead straight. I'll need a windscreen. I've got this cut section coming, and I'll just put an outer piece on it, because the inner's still good. Get one of these, get a bonnet. I already got a guard, and give that a bit of a clean because that's got a scuff. But yeah, and a windscreen, and she's good to go. I like the bull bar, well, nudge bar. I think it's been relatively well looked after, because that bumper, I reckon, has been repainted. But yes, that's the latest and greatest of what's going on here. Got some rubbish, yeah, because I won this. This is out of a, like I said before, I think this is out of a grant tank. That's a future project one day when I get one. But yes, that's a part I'm just going to stash for now. But on the horizon coming up is some more videos on this. I'm not sure whether I film everything or to just film key events, because getting this apart is going to take forever, and it's going to be about as exciting as watching paint dry. So I might skip some bits and just show the exciting bits like the roof going on, but I'm pretty damn happy to have that, because that makes my life 40 times easier. Pretty damn happy. So a lot is going on, a lot of good is going on. The tank's making progress, so March next year this thing has to be done, and it's probably over 50% done, and all the details will make it. But overall, like, I added things like the second headlight wiring, so the wire goes through the conduit, it's in there. The blackout light's wired up, the headlight's wired up. Haven't run the wire for the siren, but that's there. I'm going to come along and weld all these up, and then basically exactly what I'm doing on that, just on a smaller scale. I was happy with this. I've had quite a few people say I did a really good job on that, because it looks the part. And I've got to get this in. That's an original piece of armour that's got to go in and replace this one. I wasn't going to replace it, but I managed to get an original piece, so obviously I'm going to unbolt that before I weld these up and swap out that piece. And yeah, I think that'll do for an update, I reckon. The guy I got this roof from was a lovely bloke. He's got some nice cars. I was a little bit jealous. But yes, lovely bloke. Said hi to his kids who are fans. They're probably watching right now, so I'll wave back into the screen. Hey guys. But yes, pretty happy with that. It was a wickedly cold night when I got that, but yes, have that. That's looking good. EJ is doing nothing, literally, until I get some doors, and you know, sometimes things aren't a huge priority, so the EJ is quite nicely on the back burner for now. It's not a massive priority. I don't have any intentions of selling that, so you probably won't see anything on this for a while, because that's got to get done, and this keeps everybody happy, and that's my new ride once I fix it. So, and obviously clearly I've got to work on this during the day, and eventually I've got to get onto this because that's pretty bad. I think coming up on this one, I think I've only got to do the rust that's in the top lip here across there, and I think I've got to finish off a couple of the things that I'd started but haven't finished yet. The end cap inside there, and then the majority of the back of this car is actually done. I'm pretty happy about that. No, I don't film this because it's I don't think it's fair on the customer for me to make a job take longer than it should by filming it. So that's why I don't film work cars anymore. But yes, there's rust and realistically though, not bad. Those parcel shift sections are excellent. So I think that'll do for an update on everything. So hopefully next week. Oh, and last week the reason I didn't do a video is I was actually sick, so I managed to get some sort of flu or cough or something. You can hear I don't actually have a great voice right now on the flight back from Cairns, so yay. So anyway, that's the update, and all sorts of good stuff coming up. See you next time, chaps.